Welcome to the 2013 NCCAA Division I Soccer National Championships on the Turbo Sports Group Network. Good afternoon, or for those of you watching from Fresno, California, good morning from the Austin Tyndall Regional Park in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Matt Digby, ready to bring you the men's national semifinal between the second-seeded Lee University Flames from Cleveland, Tennessee, and the third-seeded Fresno Pacific University Sunbirds from Fresno, California. This is actually a bit of a reseeding since pool play. Fresno Pacific came into this tournament as initially the 1 seed, but due to other results and their results in pool play, they have been given the 3 seed in the semifinals. Same for Lee University. The Flames initially the 6 seed, now given the 2nd seed in the Final Four. This is actually a rematch from a couple days ago, Wednesday afternoon in fact, when Fresno and Lee, who were drawn in the same pool with each other, Pool A, they drew 2-2, and that result ensured that both teams would qualify for the semifinals. But I don't think anybody expected a rematch roughly 48 hours later. Lee University and Fresno Pacific University both have 4 points, a win and a tie. The tie was against each other. The win was over Mid-America Christian University, the 3rd team in Pool A. The reason Lee was given the 2 seed was the fact that their win over the Evangels was 4-0. Fresno Pacific's win was only 2-0. Therefore, Lee was given the higher seed based on goal differential. But Fresno Pacific does qualify as the wild card, and they do get the 3 seed over Spring Arbor because Spring Arbor had a goal difference of only 1. A reminder, this is the first of 2 semifinals that are being broadcast simultaneously. You log on to our other channel, you can view that other semifinal between Spring Arbor and Southern Wesleyan. Right now, we're going to pause a second for the national anthem. Again, welcome to the 2013 NCCAA Division I Soccer National Championships on the Turbo Sports Group Network. As always, we like to greet those veterans watching today's broadcast, whether you're watching from Tennessee, California, or wherever you are on this world. We certainly thank you for your service, whether it was in the present or the past, and especially with tomorrow marking the 62nd anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attacks in Hawaii. We definitely take our time to reflect and thank our veterans for their service. Now, if you're ready for some soccer action, let's get to the starting lineups. First, for the home team, the designated home team, the Lee Flames, coached by Paul Fury. In goal, number 1, Tom Halsell. Number 6, Quade Marinell. Number 9, Justin Fury. Number 11, Robbie Cutchin. Number 12, Ben Armstrong. Number 13, David Perez. Number 15, Jonathan Finley. Number 18, Gabe Franco. Number 20, Garrison Adams. Number 21, Siobhan Roberts. And number 27, Travis Kiger. Meanwhile, the starting 11 for the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds, coached by Jaime Ramirez. The outfield players are number 5, Luke Tyler, number 6, Nick Watson, number 7, Gustavo Silva, number 8, Adrian Arias, number 9, Jorge Shadrawi, number 10, Renato Bustamante, number 12, Ivan Mirkovic, number 13, Julian Mataliano, number 16, Chris Young, number 23, Alvaro Nogales, and the goalkeeper is number 21, Fabian Rangel. A reminder, both teams have played 2 matches in Pool A earlier this week. Fresno Pacific defeated Mid-America Christian 2-0 on Monday afternoon. That was followed on Tuesday afternoon with Lee defeating the Evangels 4-0. So that 4-0 victory is what gives the Flames the 2 seed and the fact that they are designated as the home team for this matchup. But a very exciting game on Wednesday between the Flames and Sunbirds. 2-2 was the final score. It was actually 2-2 in the second half. Game was scoreless after the opening 45 minutes, but a lot of drama in the closing 45, especially including some altercations, and there was a red card shown in that match to Alexis Hernandez of Fresno Pacific. So he is forced to sit out for the duration of this, for the entirety of this match. Reminder, if you'd like to follow the games on Twitter, just be sure to use the hashtag NCCAA. Myself and Ryan Sudol, who is calling the Southern Wesleyan Spring Arbor match, will be on Twitter throughout the afternoon, answering any questions, also relaying any shout-outs you have for any of the Flames, Sunbirds, Cougars, or Warriors. Temperature is a very hot 82 degrees here in Central Florida. The humidity is at a high. That might play a huge factor in the conditioning of players. Of course, both of these teams have already been here for a week. They've gotten to experience playing in hot and humid temperatures, as I'm sure they have faced all season. But all season, those games have not been national semifinals. Just something special about this specific environment will definitely affect this match. Lee University, according to Google Maps, is 571 miles from the Austin Tyndall Park here in Central Florida. That makes the Flames the closest geographically of the 9 participants on the men's side at these national championships. Fresno, by contrast, is 2,700 miles away, the furthest of the 9 teams. Here's Fresno Pacific in orange with white numbers, while Lee will be going right to left across your computer screen with white, maroon stripes, maroon and blue trim, and red numbers. We are underway here in Kissimmee, Florida. 48 hours ago, these 2 teams put on what should surely count as a classic. Now they face each other again, one of them 90 minutes away from the national championship game, and this is Lee University getting possession. Gabe Franco, the center back and co-captain of the Flames, had a goal in their victory on Tuesday over Mid-America Christian. Now Perez, who was instrumental in all 4 goals against the Evangels. Perez scored 1, had 2 assists, and won a penalty that led to the 4th. Here's Robbie Cutchin. Out on the wing to Garrison Adams. One touch from Cutchin finds Siobhan Roberts. Now out on the left wing, this is David Perez. With space before quickly closed down by Fresno. Crossing to the box, as that was Julian Mataliano providing the pressure. Now Siobhan Roberts, the other co-captain for the Flames. Cross is sent into the middle. Got a touch from Lee. Cleared out of the box by Mataliano. And sent forward by Ivan Mirkovic. Lee keeping possession in the attacking half now. Now Fresno Pacific winning the ball. Again, the Sunbirds initially were given the 1 seed in this tournament, but because of the reseeding prior to the semifinals, the Sunbirds have now been given the 3 seed. Lee likewise has gone up from 6 initially to now 2. Southern Wesleyan is the 1 seed because they were the only team to win both of their pool matches. And Spring Arbor, the only other team to get 4 points, is the 4 seed. Again, right now that Cougars-Warriors match is on one of our other channels here on the TSG Network. Ryan Sudol has the call for that. Of course, if you'd like to stay with us, we will keep you updated throughout the course of SWU and SAU as the championship game will be decided right here and now. Out on the wing, the pass from Nogales. Crossed in by Watson and collected on several hops by goalkeeper Tom Halsell of Lee University. So the format is pretty simple, 90 minutes. Here in American Collegiate Soccer, we do count down with clock stoppages for goals, injuries, cards, the like. And if we are tied after 90, we play 2 10-minute periods of golden goal overtime. And if we're still tied, then we go to a shootout. Neither team back in pool play, none of the teams back in pool play had to go to golden goal overtime, as results were recorded as draws if they finished tied after regulation. But now we will see extra time. We did not see extra time in any of the women's semifinals earlier, as a long-range shot sailing wide to the right as Fresno Pacific concedes possession. A goal kick awarded to Lee. And we've played just about 4 minutes here, 41 to play in the first half. Halsell clears it a good 60-ish yards, headed forward by Roberts, only as far as Chris Young, who passes back to Fabian Rangel. Now Mataliano. Gustavo Silva. Young now to his fellow center back, Luke Tyler, one of the co-captains. Forward to Alvaro Nogales. Feed down the right side was intended for Renato Bustamante, but an interception by Garrison Adams cleared out. And a throw-in. And as I was mentioning the women's semifinals earlier today, it will be the Dallas Baptist University taking on Azusa Pacific. That will be the women's championship game slated to start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow right here on the TSG Network. It will be followed around 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time by the men's championship. Nick Watson in the one-on-one with Travis Kiger, who wins possession down the right flank for the Flames. Now in a one-on-two as Ivan Mirkovic comes in to help, and the Flames win an attacking throw-in. Opening 5 minutes, now opening 6 minutes are in the books here in Kissimmee. As the sun continues to come down, again very hot and humid, both teams will no doubt be taking plenty of water breaks as often as they can. This is Jorge Shadrawi, one-on-one with Adams. Continuing a run down the right side, deflected out, last touch by Adams, and Shadrawi wins the first corner of the afternoon, goes to Fresno Pacific. So Lee University, the closest team to the Austin Tyndall Park in terms of geography, only 571 miles. That's only 2 miles closer than Southern Wesleyan's campus in central South Carolina. As Fresno's corner comes in, took a deflection, last touch by Gustavo Silva, and collected by Tom Halsall. So 2 shots in the opening 7 minutes and change for the Sunbirds, none for the Flames. Watson clears for Fresno down the left side. Will be collected by Jonathan Finley. Back to Halsall. Again, Lee University had arguably the best start to this 2013 National Championships. It was Quade Marinell who scored the Flames' opening goal just 20 seconds into their match against Mid-America Christian. The Evangelists had the opening kickoff, gave possession away to David Perez, who ran untouched down the left side of the field. Simply put a pass into the penalty box, and all it took from Marinell was one touch. And now Lee have been awarded an attacking free kick in the 9th minute. Again, the hashtag to follow is NCCAA. If you would like to follow this game on Twitter. Here's Siobhan Roberts taking the free kick. On the right foot, cleared out by Mirkovic. Back to Ben Armstrong. Sends a ball forward down the left side. Will be kept in bounds by Finley. Gets one cross in. Milner off the post. And Lee University in the 10th minute take the advantage. The free kick from Roberts was cleared out only as far as Ben Armstrong. Got the pass back to a wide-open Jonathan Finley with acres of space down the right side. And the Flames, less than 10 minutes into the match, have a 1-0 lead. And now Fresno, just like they did on Wednesday afternoon, will have to come from behind. And here's a quick opportunity. Shot was taken by Silva. Initially parried by Halsall, but collected by the Lee keeper. Lee did score first in that pool match just about 48 hours ago before Fresno equalized, then took the lead, while in the meantime having one of their key strikers, Alexis Hernandez, sent off in the process. But Lee was able to fashion an 89th minute equalizer to draw the match at 2. And earned themselves a point. Out came Ron to punch the ball out, and he was fouled. Wins Fresno Pacific a free kick. And the referee will stop the clock. Didn't like the position from which the initial free kick was taken, which was several yards out from where the actual foul occurred. But here's Nogales. Bringing it forward is Bustamante. Cross from Tyler, initially cleared out. Silva. One-touch pass from Adrian Arias back to Mirkovic. Cross intended down the left side, intended for David Perez. Cross intercepted by Siobhan Roberts. Chip forward, intended for Meredell, who got ahead to it. Cleared out by Fresno. Only as far as Nogales, who loses possession to Adams. Then Cutchin, now Franco. Sends a long ball downfield for Roberts. Not something you might expect to see in these conditions in the interest of fatigue. Because it is humid, it is hot. Just the likelihood that any athlete, be it college, professional, will tire easier. Mirkovic out to Nogales. We're in the 13th minute. Quade Meredell, the opening goal scorer, the only goal scorer so far, back in the 10th minute. Now here's an opportunity for Tyler. Drives a low shot. Armstrong did very well to defend Fernando Bustamante. Fresno Pacific keeping attacking possession. Again, if you have any shout-outs you'd like to send to your favorite Sunbird or Flame, just use the hashtag on Twitter, NCCAA. Also, if you have a question for me or my colleague Rob Greisinger, or if you just like to debate/complain the luck of the United States men's team. In case you have not heard, the FIFA World Cup draw has already taken place. The United States will play in order Ghana, Portugal, and Germany. Needless to say, the soccer powers that be have not been kind to Jurgen Klinsmann. Instead, the U.S. will be in one of multiple groups of death in Brazil come June. One-touch pass sets up Mirkovic, who then tried to pass on the wing for Silva, intercepted by Lee. Chip pass sent forward, intended for Marinell, goes out of bounds, and we will see our first substitution in the 14th minute. Elijah Gallegos has come in to replace Julian Mataliano. And Gallegos quickly gets his first touch of the ball, sends a cross pass to Watson. Silva. Looks like he lost his footing. There are several dirt patches here. Again, this is the fourth day these fields have been in use. They tend to get plenty of wear on them, and you do see several brown spots, particularly in that middle third of the pitch, which is not the facility's fault. It's just the fact that so much soccer has been played on these fields. It's bound to happen sooner or later. But the pitch the championship games will be played on is being prepared solely for Saturday's games. There shouldn't be any hope as to players losing their footing, as we are expecting a day almost exactly like today. Hot, humid, but dry. Absolutely no chance of rain. There have been no showers of any kind actually here all week. Very lovely weather. Here's Roberts. One-on-one with Watson. Tried to chip a pass for the oncoming Finley off to his right. Now Cutchin retains possession. Kiger to Roberts. Cleared out by Watson. back to Finley. He has the assist that right now is the difference in this match. Lee with one shot, but they have a goal to count for. Fresno, meanwhile, have 3 shots and no goals. But here's David Perez, tackled by Chris Young. Jaime Ramirez, the Sunbird coach, arguing that the ball was won cleanly. But now another attacking free kick for Lee University. I remember last time the Flames were in this position, back in the 10th minute, it led to a goal. They had to wait a while after the clearance. But again, the last time the Flames had an attacking free kick was back in the 10th minute. That possession ended with a Quade Marinell goal. Right now, 4 Flames standing over, notably David Perez and Siobhan Roberts. It's Perez over the wall, but not a difficult save for Fabian Rangel. We've now roughly played 17 minutes, 28 to go in half number 1 from Kissimmee. Reminder, fans, if you'd like to order DVD download replays of this game and all the other games we have to offer here from the Central Florida region, just log on to our website, turbosportsgroup.com. That's Turbo spelled T-O-U-R-B-E-A-U. Sports Group, all one word. No need to capitalize any of the letters. .com. Here's Shadrawi. Gets a backheel pass, finds Arias. Headed out by Ben Armstrong. And Robbie Cutchin brings it forward for the Flames. Last touch by Lee University, and Fresno Pacific are awarded a throw-in. Arias Gallegos, who's the only substitute to have seen action so far this afternoon. One touch leads to another, and Lee does gain possession on a defending throw-in to be taken by Garrison Adams. 3 shots to 2 the tally in favor of the Sunbirds, but 1 goal to nothing. That's in the Flames' advantage. But here's Nogales, lined up a left foot shot, sent it well over the crossbar, and I think he may have sent it onto the adjacent field where Southern Wesleyan and Spring Arbor are playing each other right now. So an opportunity come and gone for Fresno Pacific. That's 4 shots now, and we've played just under 20 minutes here. Pass from Fresno Pacific is intercepted by David Perez. Tried a through ball to Marinell. Smartly cleared out by Luke Tyler. Shadrawi. Roberts out in the wing for Quay Marinell, who's onside. Now in the box, and the one-on-one got a chip over Tyler. Across the face of goal, stays in bounds. Both Perez and Chris Young went for the ball, and Young wins a Fresno Pacific throw-in. Foul given as a deliberate tug of the jersey. Alvaro Nogales, the guilty party. That was a tug of the jersey of Jonathan Finley. All right, now the referee having a word with Nogales. No cards yet. Again, this match 2 days ago did see a red card. Alexis Hernandez being sent off. Presumably, ironically, it was after Fresno Pacific had equalized the game at 1 in the later stages of the second half of that match. In the meantime, here's David Perez. You see the dust coming up from those areas where Perez is running. Again, this field has had plenty of soccer on it for the 4 days of action, even though all the teams had yesterday off. You wonder how much of a factor the footing might play as a header is sent in from Travis Kiger. Robbie Cutchin got the cross into the box, and Fabian Rangel, who did lose his footing on the goal line, has to be thankful the ball was headed virtually straight at him. Roughly halfway through this first half, that would be a quarter of the match. Lee University with the 1-0 advantage on Fresno Pacific, thanks to Quade Maradell in the 10th minute. Again, if Fresno Pacific do come back and tie this game, we will have 10-minute periods, 2 10-minute periods of golden goal overtime. Here's Adrian Arias. Forward to Bustamante. Shadrawi waiting up top in the middle of the lead defense. Bustamante, an inadvertent pass, finds Shadrawi. But the Fresno number 9 is judged to have fouled one of the lead defenders who remains prone on the turf. Referee has called for the clock to be stopped with 22:50 to play in the first half. And while the injured flame is being attended to, this is where teams will be coming over to take water breaks. Always important to stay hydrated in these humid environments. Even for us announcers, even though we may not be competing physically on the field, we lose plenty of important nutrients as well, that we need water and other energy drinks to refuel. As David Perez cutting in and around Ivan Mirkovic, let a left-footed shot fly. Low on the ground, fielded by Rangel. Shadrawi out on the wing to Silva. Roberts for Lee. Keeping possession, now turns it over to Arias. Back to Gallegos. Nogales. Here's Bustamante, one-on-one with Finley. Finley wins possession, pokes it towards Kiger. Last touch by Lee and a Fresno throw-in. Lee, assistant coach Kwame Apaya. Shouting instructions to David Perez. I'll confirm for you if Kwame Apaya is related to Stephen Apaya, of course. That was the Ghanaian player who scored the penalty that beat the United States 2-1 in their final group match of the 2006 World Cup. That was a match where whoever won would advance to the round of 16. And then 4 years later, Ghana and the United States met again in the round of 16. The African country, the only African team to make it into the knockout stages. They did beat the U.S. 2-1 in extra time. And now for the third straight finals, Ghana and the U.S. will play each other. The first of their 3 group matches in Brazil coming this June. Kiger did well to get around Watson, but not past Mirkovic. Last touch by Lee and out of bounds for a goal kick. 20:44 to play in the first half. Again, glad you could join us on the Turbo Sports Group Network. Matt Digby, If you are open to following multiple games, we do have the second semifinal on air at the same time. Southern Wesleyan and Spring Arbor. Ryan Sudal has the call of that match. Offside flag goes up. Fresno Pacific with the infraction. Long free kick taken by Tom Halsell. Again, this is the final matches of the day. Only 2 match times with the 2 semifinals, both the women and men being played simultaneously. The women's championship matchup has already been decided. Dallas Baptist and Azusa Pacific. And then in roughly an hour and a half or so, we will know the finalists for the Division I men's championship. Adams wins the ball off of Silva, sent to pass forward intended for Perez. Last touch by Adrian Arias. And Paul Fury will go to the bench for the first time in this match. Eli Price on for Travis Kiger. That substitution comes in the 27th minute, so Kiger, the only Flame, in all likelihood, who will not have played the opening half hour. Long clearance by Mirkovic. Collided partially with Quade Marinell, but no malicious intent there. And you do see good sportsmanship from the Sunbird defender and Flame forward. Here's Eli Gallegos. One-on-one with Roberts. Pokes it through to Bustamante, who's offside from about 14 yards out. His shot did get past keeper Tom Halsell, but Bustamante was also past the last defender. Have a shout out from Surly C, cheering on the Sunbirds from back home. Go Birds. Again, use the hashtag NCCAA on Twitter if you want to communicate with us. Again, it's 3 p.m. here on the East Coast, which means now we can say good afternoon because it's just after noon out in Fresno, California. Right now, our referee is having a discussion with both Robbie Cutchin and Ivan Mirkovic. And in the meantime, both coaches have gone to their benches. We'll bring up substitutions at the ensuing dead balls. 28th minute here in Kissimmee, Florida. Also receiving several comments from those watching the Southern Wesleyan Spring Arbor match. One-touch pass from Silva finds Arias. Around Cutchin. Almost got around Ben Armstrong, but Armstrong did very well to stand his ground and intercept the ball cleanly. Now out of the wing to Finley. His chip is deflected back by Fresno Pacific. Here's Adams. Both teams with 4 shots, but Lee the only one to find the back of the net. Quade Marinell roughly 20 minutes ago. And a long-range shot taken on the volley by Chris Young. Sails wide right. And Tom Halsell will take another goal kick, and we will see substitutions. Colin Cole now on for Lee. And a double substitution for Fresno Pacific. Guillermo Talancon and Bruno Pessoa. While the departing Flame is Justin Fury. And Jorge Shadrawi and Alvaro Nogales will take a breather for FPU. Goal kick is intercepted by Fresno Pacific. Now trying to create opportunity. Gallegos. And Pessoa got a chest to the ball and kept the ball in the air. Took a half volley shot that was always rolling wide left. Also again clears as we've played just short of half an hour. And now we have a hard foul as Garrison Adams pushes Chris Young from the back. Young goes down, claiming injury. Paul Fury is clearly convinced that Young is acting. Referee has called for time to be stopped in the 31st minute. 14:33 to go in the first half. So far, no cards have been shown to either side. Young right now continuing to hold his right kneecap, and the referee having a discussion with Sunbird co-captain Luke Tyler. Young is now up and standing, albeit kneeling, but he did get up under his own power. So a free kick awarded to Fresno Pacific, and no yellow card, it looks like, for Garrison Adams. So our referee still has yet to go to his book today. Kick sent in by Mirkovic. Cleared back out to Tyler. Correction, Watson. Now forward to Gallegos. Young. Here's number 14, Talancon. Tried a one-touch with Gallegos, turned over to Lee. Here's Roberts. Tried to poke a ball for Marinel, intercepted by Tyler. Now Gustavo Silva, one-on-one with Jonathan Finley, who wins the ball, clears it only as far as Watson. Arias trying to shield Roberts. Now inside to Bustamante, one touch. Arias got possession, goes down and wins Fresno Pacific a penalty. The one touch did work as Adrian Arias was able to collect the pass, but goes down. And in the 32nd minute, Fresno Pacific have been awarded the penalty. And after witnessing a classic between the Sunbirds and Flames 48 hours ago, it looks like we have another one to go almost exactly like this. So with 13:42 to play in the first half, penalty awarded to Fresno Pacific. It will be Gustavo Silva against Tom Halsell for a chance to level the score in the semifinal. And Silva buries it, low left corner. It is most certainly game on in Kissimmee. So Fresno Pacific, a 32nd minute penalty conversion by number 7, Gustavo Silva. Ironically, after that goal, I did hear more cheering from the Lee University bench. Paul Fury and company shouting words of encouragement to the Flames. As Halsell did guess the right way on that penalty. Just too much power. And anytime you pick that back post of the goal, it's always going to be very difficult for any goalkeeper. Be it Tom Halsell or, for example, Petr Cech. Halsell sends a pass forward to Perez. Intended now for Roberts, loses possession to Talancon. Pass intercepted by Armstrong. Armstrong goes down, wins a lead, free kick. Foul is given on Bruno Pessoa, number 22, the substitute. Franco, back to Armstrong. Lee will definitely be looking to maximize the use of David Perez. Again, Perez, in their opening pool match against Mid-America Christian, assisted the first and third goals for Lee in their 4-0 victory. Won the penalty that led to the second goal, and then scored the fourth, simply so he could claim a goal for his own record. But Perez clearly the man of the match in that match against the Evangels. He was not involved in the buildup of Lee's goal today, but now that the scores are level, he does have an opportunity to be a match winner if he takes advantage of the opportunities. Right now, referee calls for time as Renato Bustamante goes down injured. We're now at 11:42 to play in the first half. Bustamante able to get up under his own power. Kellen Hackett offering his support, saying, "Let's go, Birds." Kellen, we thank you from wherever you're watching, be it Fresno or elsewhere in the country. Pass to Talancon. Arias. Inside pass intended for Pessoa. Deflected out on the wing to Gustavo Silva. Around Price. Not past Finley. Inside the box. Referee says a foul on Gustavo Silva. Judged to have pushed Jonathan Finley from behind. And a free kick awarded to Lee University. Here's Halsell to take the kick. Paul Fury issuing instructions saying specifically we need a winner. Of course, the Flames do have 50 minutes to get that winner. 55 minutes, actually, but certainly sooner rather than later. Jaime Ramirez has gone to the bench for Fresno Pacific. Joseph Belzil makes his first appearance of the afternoon. He will replace Gustavo Silva, who just minutes ago tied this contest up at 1 with the penalty kick to the low left corner. Tom Halsell did dive the right way, but couldn't keep up with the pace. And another foul on Fresno Pacific, this time on Bustamante, the offender. Free kick to be taken by Halsell. Ball was poked by Adams toward Perez. Now back to Lee. Here's Roberts on the right side. Sent a pass intended for Perez, but intercepted by Ivan Mirkovic right in front of the Lee bench, who claims handball, but play on, says the referee, and we still play on. And right now, a questionable decision there by Guillermo Talancon, who decided to leapfrog over David Perez, who was sitting on the ground. Long ball sent forward now for Bustamante, who's inside the box. Low shot, deflected, and a save by Tom Halsell. Knocks the ball out for a corner kick. Well, in reference to that last incident, Talancon could have merely walked to the left or right of David Perez. Instead, he chose to go leapfrog over the Lee University defender. But a 37th minute corner. Bustamante had that last shot that was pushed out by Tom Halsell, who has faced 8 shots, has only let 1 get past him, and that was on a penalty. But here's the FPU corner kick. Tom Halsell comes out to collect just outside the 6-yard box, but a foul on the Sunbirds anyway. And a free kick given back to the Flames. Ref has been calling quite a few fouls the last couple minutes for Fresno Pacific. Not a lot of vocal dissent from Jaime Ramirez so far. But we do have 7.5 minutes and then a whole new 45 to play. And if needed, again, 2 10-minute periods of extra time, sudden death, and penalties. Quay Marinel went down. Referee says no, he thinks Marinel might have been acting or simply trying to win a free kick. More concerned about that rather than just playing the game. As it crosses over the head of Pessoa, rolls out of bounds harmlessly in Lee's case. And Jonathan Perlman will replace David Perez for the final 7 minutes. And we do see our first yellow card shown of the afternoon to Quade Marinel. To the descent of the several Lee fans who have made the 571-mile trip from Cleveland, Tennessee. Quade Marinel is the first player to be booked in the 39th minute. The freshman from Fort Myers, Florida, already has a goal to his name, but will now be surely playing with significant caution as to not pick up that yellow card. Fresno bench arguing that Pessoa was pushed from behind, and after about 5 seconds of mental deliberation, the referee does award a Sunbird free kick. Kwame Apaya demanding an explanation from 4th official Roger O'Brien, but O'Brien says head back to the bench. .552 to go now in the first half. Here's Arias. Got around Cutchin, but not around Adams. Now wins possession back for the Sunbirds. Backheel pass from Bustamante. Down goes Arias. No penalty, says the referee. Our center official judging that Arias must have been more interested in simply winning the penalty rather than continuing to play an advantage. Here's Mirkovic, back to Tyler. Under pressure now from Marinel, who is trying to poke the ball free, create an opportunity, but Tyler will recover for Fresno. Final 5 minutes now in the 41st. Talancon Long throw-in was intended for Bustamante, but now cleared out by Franco and Adams, only as far as Gallegos at the center line. Arias. Bustamante. One-on-one with Colin Cole. Now loses possession to Jonathan Finley. Again, Lee defense doing very well of standing their ground and poking for loose balls. And a long ball sent for Quade Maradell, who was offside. Gives the ball back to the Sunbirds. So a potential for more drama here in the final 250 seconds. That's 4 minutes, 10 seconds of this first half. As a cross in from point-blank range, Pessoa is denied once, now twice by Tom Halsall. What an effort for the Lee University goalkeeper. Bruno Pessoa denied multiple times from what would have been a sure goal for the Fresno Pacific substitute. And a foul now as Roberts was pushed and went down. Free kick awarded to Lee with 3:30 to play. So just getting a little bit physical here in the final minutes. Again, we did have a couple of altercations among players and with the referee at the end of the Sunbirds Flames pool match back on Wednesday. There were no ramifications in terms of suspensions resulting from that argument. But again, Fresno Pacific is playing without Alexis Hernandez, who was red carded in that pool match, as Paul Fury will make one final substitution in the 43rd minute. Austin Waddell is on the pitch now in favor of Colin Cole. Here's Fresno Pacific with possession. Waddell, a freshman from Maryville, Tennessee. Chip pass forward, finds Arias, who is onside, but loses possession to Adams. Goes down off a tackle from Arias. Another free kick awarded to Lee University, and we're now inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. We'll have the update of the other semifinal for you when we come back. Actually, it is still scoreless. That is late in the first half between Southern Wesleyan and Spring Arbor. Again, it's simply these two semifinals going on simultaneously, and the championship match tomorrow. There will be no consolation match. As Roberts tried to find Colin Cole, who will receive this pass. Got ahead to it. Rolls out of bounds. Final 70 seconds now. An attacking throw-in for Lee University, who would love to get a late first half goal and go into the break with the lead. Adams. Now Cutchin. Right foot cross is in the box, and Fabian Rangel, who has not been that busy since allowing the 10th minute goal to Marinell, has to come out to collect from 11 yards out. And will send a long clearance headed back by Armstrong. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Bustamante. Now out to Joseph Belzil. Across. Flies over, short of the crossbar, and out for a Lee goal kick. Final 20 seconds, and it looks like Tom Halsall might simply leave just enough time to take the goal kick. 10 seconds now. As Halsall will clear with 5, 4. Headed forward by Marinell. And that clearance by Mirkovic brings us to the end of a very eventful first half. Just like we thought it would be. All the drama and suspense that we saw on Wednesday afternoon is reiterated here today. Thanks to Quaid Miradell in the 10th minute, opening the scoring off the pass from Finley. But then Adrian Arias won the penalty in the 32nd minute for Fresno Pacific that was dutifully converted by Gustavo Silva. We'll take a quick halftime break here at the 2013 NCCAA Division I Soccer National Championships. Your halftime score, Lee 1, Fresno Pacific 1.